Hello and welcome to my official guide for unlocking all of the factions in Rome Total War. This is by no means a new video. There are many videos on YouTube that are explaining exactly this, but this video is more directed at the parts of my audience, people who haven't seen a convincing video that they feel confident enough in to try out making the change to the game files in order to play all these factions. Because the last thing I want is for die-hard, longtime fans or new fans of this game to never experience some of the most fun campaigns in this game just because they're scared to somehow break their game by fiddling with game files. In the base game, you start with just 3 playable factions, the Julii, Brutii, and Scipii. After you beat your first short campaign, you will unlock the other 8 playable factions that are playable in the base game without making any changes to the game files. These are the Egyptians, Seleucids, Carthaginians, Parthians, Gauls, Germans, Britons, and Greeks. But the remaining 10 factions are really fun. Most of them are very fleshed out campaigns. It's not like they're full of bugs and missing all this content. They're actually very fun, so I definitely recommend you try them. I think some people are just scared to mess with the game files, and I totally understand that. You don't want to break Rome Total War, a game that you love so much. I totally understand that. So I'm going to make this guide totally foolproof, very easy to follow. It is geared towards people who have this Steam version of the game. If you don't have a Steam version of the game, this video will not help you. But I'm going to tell you exactly which folders to open, how to navigate through the exact file path, change the exact wording. It will take you like 2 to 3 minutes. It's very easy, totally foolproof. So please trust me, if you're nervous about trying this out, it's definitely worth it. It's not even a risk. You're not going to break your game doing this. But yeah, I'm going to hop into the File Explorer and tell you exactly how to make this change. So here I am in the Windows File Explorer, and I'm going to show you how to navigate to Steam's folder to change the factions that are playable in Rome Total War. As I promised, it'll be like 2 minutes. It'll be super easy. I'll tell you exactly what to click. So most people will just have the one local disk C, which is the hard drive that stores everything on your computer. I happen to have a backup one, which holds a terabyte of footage for this channel. But go ahead and click on your main local disk C. And the first thing you want to click on inside of your local disk is Program Files x86. Open up this folder, and then go ahead and open up the Steam folder. And inside of the Steam folder, there's going to be a Steam folder again, and a Steam Apps folder. You want to open up the Steam Apps folder. And then click on Common, open up the Common folder, and this will show you the location for the downloads of all of the games in your library that you've downloaded from Steam. So I'm going to go ahead and open Rome Total War Gold. And inside of that, we want to click on Data. From this point on, if you're one of the people who's worried about ruining their game by accidentally deleting something, yeah, I mean, be careful from here because this is going to make changes to your actual game. But if you follow my instructions, it's totally risk-free. So find the World folder and go ahead and open that. And then open the Maps folder and open Campaign. And then Imperial Campaign. So within Rome Total War Gold, we went to Data, World, Maps, Campaign, Imperial Campaign. And now we're going to click on the text document DESCR_strat. This is the document we're going to make edits to in order to change the playable factions in Rome Total War. So go ahead and open that in any text editing app, any standard one. It doesn't need to do anything special. It's just a text document. And so it should look like this for you. And right away we see the campaign section and the Imperial Campaign. And it's listing for you what the factions are in each category. So this is all we're going to be changing. We're not going to scroll from here. We see the playable factions right off the bat, which are the 3 Roman factions. And then if you go down to the next category, unlockable, you see the 8 factions that are unlockable after you complete your first short campaign. And then in the non-playable section, you see the 10 remaining factions, which are not playable in the standard game unless you make a change. And so you're going to pick all of these factions or whichever number of factions you want, except for one. Because for some reason, the game doesn't allow you to have every single faction be playable at once. So for me, I choose Romans_Senate as the one that I'm not going to have access to. And I highlight the rest of these names, just highlight them, nothing special, and then cut them or copy and delete. And you want to go ahead and paste that into the playable section. So now you see you have your 3 Roman factions, and then all of the factions except for Romans_Senate are either playable or unlockable. Just make sure it's between these words playable and end. and these will all be playable for you. So go ahead and make sure you save this file, and then go ahead and load up Rome Total War and see if you can start a new campaign with each of these factions. You will now see all the available factions to start a campaign with. Some of these factions are a little bit buggy. I believe the SPQR faction will crash the game sometimes if you open the Senate tab. Some factions have issues with, like, they have buildings that you should not be able to build. So, for example, I believe Spain has a level 5 temple you can build that you're not supposed to, and that can cause some crashes. And in the campaign selection screen, you're not going to get any information, no description, and no image for the faction for Armenia, Scythia, Thrace, all the factions that you're not supposed to be able to play. They're not going to show up here. But other than those couple of very basic bugs, I really have had a great experience playing with some of these factions. They're not that buggy. They're basically fully fledged campaigns. So I definitely recommend you try them. Follow these instructions. Trust me, it's not as scary as it looks. It's very easy. It'll take you just 2 minutes. And then you can play up some campaigns that you've maybe never played before. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you managed to play one of these campaigns for the first time in your life because of this video. That would be really awesome for me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.